How's it going, everybody? Just want to make sure we have enough volume here. Alright, so this is Vampire the Masquerade Swansong. Last week we were playing Bloodlines, and this game just came out, I believe, a week or two ago. So, this isn't as... there's not as much combat, or there might not even be any combat at all. I think it's more of an adventure, kind of narrative experience, but you're allowed to like control your character and movement and stuff. So we'll just take a look and see how it is. Oh yeah, I hit start a game, but then I just exited out once I set the settings correct. So go ahead and start a new game. Princess Quarters, September 4th, 2019 at 11 p.m. The Boston court is in turmoil. A code red alert has been issued, which means a major crisis has occurred. Laisha, and Caleb are summoned by the prince. Vampires walk among us. Unknowing, we built the cities, fought their wars, and we've sated their hunger. For centuries, these creatures have been organized into rival sects, the largest of which is the Camarilla. In its domains, Camarilla Courts enforces the Masquerade, a global conspiracy hiding the existence of vampires from the mortal world. Breaking the Masquerade is punishable by final death. In Boston, vampire factions have long been at each other's throats. After much conflict, Hazel Iverson, the new prince, has sealed a fragile pact with a group of blood sorcerers, known as the Hartford Chantry. This alliance will not only provide stability to the domain, but will hand the prince the blood trade, the trafficking of blood and mortal victims that serves the need of the vampire elite. Tonight, the undead will celebrate.
I'll just get this going. There, ready. We're all set. Now, to begin, tell me, what do you see?
I don't know.
Okay. Try this. Focus on your vision.
No, it's happening. No, it's too late. It's too late now. Did you feel it too?
Take your stuff. We're getting out of here. We've got a problem.
Call them back.
What's going on?
It's the prince. We must go quickly.
Come on. Damn it. Hurry up.
Calm down. Maybe it has nothing to do with the party.
You know full well I was in charge of it. If anything goes wrong, it's my head on the chopping block. Fuck! Damn it! It took Hazel months to convince the Hartford Chantry to ally themselves with us. So they finally accept, and then bam, a code red. There's never been a code red in Boston, damn it! This has gotta be bad, MM.
Dialogue. Skills. In the dialogue, some answers require the use of skills. Your skill level is compared with that of your opponent. The higher rating wins. You cannot use a skill if its rating is 0. Willpower. 12. Using a skill consumes willpower. If your opponent wins, you gain a few willpower at the end of the dialogue. Let's see. So we have, oh, okay. So we don't have enough persuasion, so she has something to hide.
It's not like you had anything to do with it. I'm sure.
You don't get it. I was in charge of organizing the party.
But security is Jara's problem,
Yeah,
normally.
except Jara is a member of the Primogen. I'm not.
But you're a harpy. The prince will cover you. You know she's always looking for an excuse to take him down a notch.
We'll see.
What do we do next?
When everyone's safe, we move on to phase 2. We clean house.
We clean house?
What do you mean by we clean house?
Getting rid of our archives, our documents, anything that might betray our network and relationships.
What's a code red?
Did you say this is the first code red in Boston?
Ever since the fall of London, protocol is no longer a laughing matter.
Whatever. They've been harping on that for 4 years now. They took away our internet access. Our smartphones.
It's called risk mitigation, that's all. A code red is an alarm signal that's sent to everyone to say, watch out, we're all in danger. And everyone runs to shelter at the nearest safe house. For us, it's with the prince. It could have been worse.
I'd have preferred worse.
You're not even listening to me.
Let's change the subject.
What comes after phase 2?
Just pray that it never comes to that.
Come on, tell me.
We run, we leave everything behind, and we go into hiding. As far from here as we can.
There's no way I'm leaving Boston. Everything I have is right here in the city. It took me years to build my clubs. I've worked too hard to give it up now.
You won't have a choice. I know you hate coming here. Are you gonna be all right?
What do you think? I know how to behave, Jay.
Yeah, I know. Just keep your cool and it'll be fine.
Ah, my little darlings. You're here at last. The fear that something horrible had happened to you terrified me.
No call for theatrics, April.
The prince asked to see you as soon as you arrived, Amim. I wouldn't dilly-dally if I were you. As for you, Journey, Someone's triggered a code red. If anything has happened over there, I'll hold you personally responsible.
Disciplines. Vampires have supernatural abilities usually inherited from their clan disciplines. Some disciplines can be used in dialogues. As with skills, the higher level wins. Not all disciplines are available to all vampires. Some mortals may possess certain powers, although most have no defense against disciplines. Using a discipline generates hunger. Hunger has a value that cannot be exceeded. This limits a vampire's use of their powers. A vampire at their hunger limit risks losing control, attacking and feeding on the closest mortal. So we have 0 success on both. Oh, you see how her eyes turn? That's pretty cool. Alright, let's go with presence.
You know, back in the day, nobody could bat an eyelash without you knowing about it. You must know exactly what Jay is being blamed for, don't you?
MM. My dear MM. I adore you. Really, I do. But darling, please. You're way out of your league here. This alliance with the Hartford Chantry is crucial. The prince is on edge. We can't get through to anyone over there.
What does this have to do with Jay?
She was in charge of the whole thing, for goodness sake. Listen, both of you. From now on, I don't want to hear another word out of either of you. The prince is furious. Journey, you're coming with me.
I don't see why.
And as for you, Hazel wants to see you. Right now.
Alright. So it looks like we've got some stuff unlocked in the directory. Oh, that's cool. It tells you who their sire is. Jean-Baptiste Tavernier. And their clan. 12th generation. That's cool. So talents. Talents increase your abilities. Each talent is tied to a specific action. Repeating these actions will progressively unlock their tiers of a talent. Using the rhetoric skill increases its effectiveness. Okay, so if there's a tie in your powers, you get a little bit of a buff of 10%. Complete a quest without having hunted any prey will increase your max hunger. Rat eater. Feed from a rat. Okay. Traits. Traits are positive or negative effects that influence the abilities of the character in question. Traits are only revealed once they have been earned, as the result of an action, a character's choice, or a consequence. The hunger level, whether low or high, confers temporary traits that affect the character's abilities. Suspicion. As it rises, the suspicion rating creates more negative traits that increase the difficulty faced by the characters. Hunger. The beast is near. Put her in her place. Emma has encountered others more powerful than her. For now, something has to strengthen her mind for future challenges. -10 to the next experience cost for the mental attribute. The Codex lists and explains many concepts from Swansong and the World of Darkness. The main characters you will meet are also linked on the Boston screen. clan. According to the kindred mythology, Cain sired 3 children, who in turn sired children themselves. This third generation came into being before the Great Flood, and some say it was their sin that called it down. The survivors, known as the Antediluvians, became the progenitors of the modern clans. Each antediluvian's blood endures in their descendants, feeding the common powers, weaknesses, and perhaps even the behaviors and beliefs of the kindred who belong to the clan they begat. Tonight there are 13 distinct clans with their innumerable minor bloodlines, as well as the caitiff and thin bloods, who prouder and more powerful lineages reject. Alright, well, we'll just continue on.
It's gonna be a long night.
Miss Lewis, welcome.
Thank you. Can I explore it all?
Who's she, Caleb?
Mem Lewis.
She smiles like a toreador.
Letters etched in bold right upon her teeth.
What about that bearded guy who's swallowing his bile?
Dejan Siaka.
A Tremere warlock, then?
Keep him at a healthy distance. With a sideward glance, he could make the blood in your veins boil.
Is court attendance usually this sparse?
Let's see. She's talking too much.
What was rule number 2?
Don't talk too much. And never talk about yourself. You don't trust anyone, do you?
Not anyone here. And you'd be wise to do the same. I'd hate to be Caius right about now.
Why?
He's second honcho of house security. This promises to be a busy night.
I know what you mean. It's one thing to have been told that the Nosferatu don't age well. It's another thing to see it for yourself.
It's by no fault of their own.
Do you think you'll be able to ask the prince tonight if you can embrace me?
No. Now is no longer the time.
And he is your child?
Mr. Beryl Underwood.
He's one of the members of the Primogen.
Tread lightly. He's a member of the Primogen.
They're the check to the prince's power.
The check and balance. They backed Hazel when she rose to power after Quentin King. They'd hoped to control her.
What? Things didn't go as planned?
I just have a feeling she will surprise them. Never forget that the court is a chessboard. We are monsters, and we sacrifice pawns. If you want to be a major piece, then behave accordingly.
But...
Nothing can happen to you here. We're in the prince's house. She must be finished by now. Wait for me. This won't take long.
It's out of the question, MM. I won't let her get away with this.
All right. Calm down, Dejan.
Where's Journey?
What's it to you?
Don't start with me. She was in charge of the party. She has to take responsibility for this.
Leave her out of it.
It's too late for that. Don't waste your time covering for her. She's not a kid anymore. I haven't heard from my child, and no one's able to get through to them over there.
Go on then. Go and save Imani and stop wasting your breath.
There are rules. Need I remind you? We're all stuck here.
You're such a good boy.
You'll never change.
Dejan!
What? Oh, come on, Hilda, she needs to grow up.
Leave us.
I don't need your help.
Mem, please.
Stop calling me that.
I was worried about you.
You still haven't moved on, have you? You're always getting in my way.
Lower your voice. People are staring.
Focus. Focus allows you to temporarily increase a skill by 1 or 2 levels. The more you increase your focus, the more willpower cost increases. To be focused, a skill must have a minimum score of 1 point. Disciplines or knowledge cannot be focused. Okay, so scrolling up the mouse wheel increases the levels. High. If the skill or discipline levels are the same, the outcome of this conflict is uncertain. The chance of victory can be influenced by a number of bonuses or penalties, as well as spending experience points. We could just outright beat her. Let's go ahead and go with the tie and see what happens. Opponent behavior. Your opponent can also focus their skills. Unlike you, focus only allows them to increase their skill level by 1. The risk of opponent focus is represented by a percentage. The more aggressive you are, skill focus use of disciplines, the more risk of opponent focus increases.
Do you know what this Code Red is all about? You're in the Primogen. You must know something.
I'm in the same boat as the rest of you. Apparently, it was from one of Moore's retainers. That's all I know.
Who's that?
Jason Moore. Don't you remember him? He's the human who manages our interests when the sun comes up. He handles our assets, errands with the banks.
What does he have to do with this?
I don't know. It now seems that Miss Hazel Iverson, the mighty Prince of Boston, is no longer on speaking terms with the Primogen. As if now were the ideal time.
She asked to see me. Do you know why?
My best guess is that she'd like to talk to you about Journey, of course. I always warned you that girl was trouble.
Yeah, sure. I've gotta go. Hazel must be upstairs. I'd better hurry.
What about Jara? I haven't seen her.
Councillor Drury is not here, nor is Dr. Dunham. Mr. Leto's teams are trying to reach them, but...
Nobody's answering?
No.
Sorry, that's not possible.
Hey, Abby.
Hey, MM.
What do you know about the Code Red?
Abby, do you know what's going on?
I'm sorry, but I can't.
Please? I feel like I've been plopped down in the middle of a minefield.
There are rumors about Journey. Rumors about how this is all her fault.
Did you know that Jay was in charge of the party?
Shit. I bet she's gonna take the fall for whatever happened.
I don't think she's involved, but we've got to be on our guard.
They've all got such long faces.
Ma'am, we haven't seen you here in ages now, have we?
It's because of the Code Red.
Let's holster our weapons. I'm only here because of that goddamn Code Red.
Blunt and to the point, as usual. With a bit of luck, your suffering will be over soon. How's business these days?
Why? You want to invest?
Don't tempt me.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't win. My clubs aren't profitable enough for him.
I'm shocked to think you put so much as a penny into one of my clubs. They don't bring in enough for your taste, Beryl.
You're right. I'm not interested in them. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to be alone. I'm waiting for Caleb.
Alright. Let's see. probably take the elevator up, I guess. It's so weird how, like some of the models, like MM's model is like really well done, where the others are kind of
Hazel must be pissed.
lackluster, to be honest.
What the hell could she want with me?
Is everything okay, Mom? Penny for your thought?
Nothing, Pumpkin. What were you saying?
You saw pictures again? You're not going back to the Institute, are you?
No, don't fret. I'm gonna stay here with you now.
I don't like it when Richard takes you away.
He's my psychiatrist. He's helping me so I can be with you.
Mom has a little trouble sometimes, remember?
I see things that haven't happened yet. And I forget others.
Yes, I know. And you have to slumber so you can rest all alone sometimes. But 3 years was too long.
We won't be separated again.
But now we'll be together forever.
We'll be inseparable.
Like 2 peas in a pod.
Yes, exactly.
Mom? What's going on? Why does everybody look so upset?
I think something serious is happening. I'm worried. I still haven't seen Richard. I looked for him so he could explain, but he can't be found.
So what do we do now?
I was told to wait here because Hazel wants to see us.
There are grown-ups coming, and your mother needs to talk to them.
Oh, then I'll go hide, because grown-ups talk to me too much.
If you want, sweetie. But don't wander off. Go on.
Show me what you do to make sure no one spots you.
Okay, here I go.
Czar.
Leisha. It's been a while.
Hey, MM.
When did you get out?
Just tonight. Hazel wanted to see me.
That means she's extremely worried about the situation.
That, or she's a major drama queen.
She should show the prince more respect.
I know that you knew her before, but she's the leader of Boston now. You owe her respect before everyone, and in every circumstance. She is your prince.
Are you lecturing me? First Siaka, now you. Why won't anybody give me a break tonight?
Maybe you asked for it.
Or maybe if you behaved in a manner more appropriate to the circumstances and our setting, then you'd better understand why everyone is so nervous.
He's got no business lecturing me.
Stop it right there, Bazori. Don't take that tone with me. I choose what lessons to take.
We must all remain calm and accept any help we can get, even from the most unusual sources.
That's surprising to hear, coming from a blue blood. At least your certainties come from a more solid source than a prophecy from a child of Malkov.
You don't know what you're talking about.
All I'm saying is that whatever the problem is, your hallucinations aren't gonna help us solve it.
MM can believe whatever she wants. I don't care.
And yet, many of the things I saw ended up happening. Quentin King's disappearance, Hazel's rise to power, your breakup with Hilda too. But you're probably right. It's just Hazel and her flair for the dramatic.
Only time will tell.
Good evening, ladies, sir. The prince shall see you now.
M. Lewis, rebellious star, the diva who lights up Boston's nights. But bringing light into the world of darkness can be perilous. MM knows this, but she doesn't care. Choose a profile. So there's investigator, jack of all trades, veteran, and free. Investigator is a profile that focuses on knowledge and skills that allow you to go undercover, extort, or steal information. Jack of all trades is a profile that focuses on improving attributes and a large selection of skills. It allows for a maximum number of interactions, but with less mastery. Veteran, a profile that focuses on dialogue skills and physical attribute. It allows you to use the character's auras in conversations. And free, a profile with no attributed points. My lord. Let's do free. Character sheet. At the start of a scene, previously earned experience points can be spent to improve the character's abilities. These abilities are divided into two areas, the character sheet and the discipline sheet. Attributes. Each attribute affects a specific list of skills and disciplines. Attributes increase the chance of victory in a case of a tie. Improving them also increases the willpower cost of focus. Knowledge. The use of knowledge skills do not have a willpower cost. They cannot be improved by using focus. Alright, so she's predisposed to persuasion. Let's see, discipline menu. The discipline sheet contains disciplines the character possesses. Discipline powers, experience points invested into a discipline increases the level and can provide additional powers. Disciplines can be passive and may be used in dialogue or exploration. Alright. Go back to the character real quick. I feel like she's going to be more of our social character. Psychology and dominate discipline. Yeah, since she's already got a point in persuasion, we should probably level up her social ability. When dialogue ratings are equal, the winner is determined based on a percentage. This attribute affects the skills, rhetoric, and persuasion, as well as the presence discipline, which I think she has as well. Yeah, presence. Prevents your opponent from focusing a skill, generates 2 hunger. When one of your actions increases the risk of an opponent's focus, the increase is reduced by 30%. Silver Tongue generates 1 less hunger. Alright. Let's go with social to level 3, so we get the first bonus of -1 focus. Then we'll go ahead and level up persuasion to 2. Convince others to agree with your point of view with logical arguments or by appealing to their emotions. Then in discipline, we'll get +1 to presence. We'll try that out.
Hazel,
Come in, MM. I wanted to have a word with you.
What can I do for you?
I'm glad you're here. It's been a long time since we last saw each other. Tell me, where were you tonight?
Like everybody else, I suppose. At home, getting ready for the party.
How fortunate you weren't running early.
Why? What's happened?
You know what the Code Red means. There was a breach. This is intolerable. These agreements were supposed to celebrate the power of my court. Instead, I've been made to look a fool in the eyes of my allies. We'll have to increase our diplomatic efforts with the Warlocks. Send new emissaries to Osborne.
What's that got to do with me?
Don't you worry about that for now. We have more urgent matters to attend to. We bring Journey to me.
It's not her fault.
She hasn't done anything. Hazel.
I'll be the judge of that.
Why?
What do you want with her?
I have a few questions I need to ask her. If mistakes were made, I need to know what happened. I'm sure that your friend will have a lot to tell me.
All right.
Yes, my prince. I'll be right back.
I didn't bring you here just for that. I have something to offer you.
I'm listening.
It's about the Primogen Council. You know everyone who's in it. Beryl, Richard, Hilda. Their support was much appreciated after the disappearance of the previous prince.
Quentin King.
But now, they've become an obstacle. It's been going on for months. They systematically oppose everything that I do. It must stop now.
Of course, we don't have any in education, so we'll just keep silent.
The Camarilla has faced many challenges in the past few years. Many of our strongholds have fallen. I won't let Boston suffer the same fate, but for that, I need loyal allies. Also, how would you like a spot in the Primogen?
What?
You've always taken care of your community, MM, without ever asking for anything in return. It might be time you took a leading role in the community's affairs.
Hilda won't let you do it. She'll never see me as her equal. Being seated next to her child? She'll feel humiliated.
I'm her prince. She will obey me.
She's not gonna like it.
I don't care. What I'm offering is much bigger than all that. What do you think?
I need to think about it.
I don't know. I need to think about it.
Time is of the essence. You're a businesswoman, MM. I know you'll be up to it, but we'll talk about it again soon. In the meantime...
I know. Jay, I'm going to go see Sylvia first. I need to clear my head.
Do it. You won't be able to hunt tonight. It's better to be prepared. Bring me Journey.
I will.
I have the utmost confidence in you, MM. Do not fail me.
You can count on me. What the hell is going on?
I'm happy to see you in one piece.
Hey, Syl. I'd like some refreshment, please.
Of course, I'll get you a glass.
I was thinking more like a vessel.
Oh, serve yourself. But try not to damage them, okay? They're all I've got left in stock.
I get it, I'll be careful.
I'm right here if you need anything else.
The hunt. Safe zone. A safe zone is a place where no one can see you feed. You can find them by exploring the surroundings. Only one prey may be sent to a safe zone at a time.
No news from anyone.
Do you think there... Now's not the time to be thinking about that.
We're not the only ones freaking out. Look around.
Exactly. We've got to keep our wits about us. Got it?
So in one of these little nooks here. Prey. Prey will naturally be revealed as you approach them. To feed, you will need to find a safe zone you can lure your prey to. Go after isolated prey. If it is surrounded by potential witnesses, sending the prey to a safe zone will increase suspicion of you. So we need to choose a prey. Let's see if we can talk to this guy.
Did you need something?
Do we need to be in a safe zone?
Do you want us to...
Come with me. There.
Yes.
Okay, I thought we were gonna have feed on him right there. The kiss. Vampires use their power to charm or subdue their prey and satisfy their hunger. When feeding on prey, you can control the amount of blood you take. Press and hold the button to increase the amount of hunger eliminated. If you do not press the button or if you do not release it before the bar is full, the prey will die drained of its blood. Killing prey will increase suspicion. Mortal will be on their guard, while vampires will question your respect for the masquerade. Resonance. Some prey, their blood emotionally charged, have a resonance that your character will earn after feeding. At the end of a scene, a resonance provides an experience bonus for the corresponding discipline. If more than one resonance is acquired during a given scene, only the last one will be saved. Second bite. If your prey survives, you may feed on it a second time. However, this will cause it to die and increase suspicion. So we got something in discipline. At least I thought that's what it said. Alright, so we lowered our hunger by 1. Just want to clear out these notifications. Is there a second? Oh, yeah, here we go. All right. Experience bonus disciplines, sanguine resonance.
All right, Jay. Where are you hiding?
So now we need to find Journey.
Can I help you?
Have you seen Jay?
I've got to talk to Jay. You haven't seen her, have you?
No, you should ask April.
It's a good idea. Thanks for the advice.
What's your job here?
Do you still work for April?
Well, aren't you rude? My loyalty is with the court.
Seems like Bosley's leading you around by the nose, though.
She's got some extra responsibilities, sure, but that's it. I have my own agenda.
Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised. I've got stuff to do. See you later.
Who's that?
I know that perfume. Jay. That's Jay's scarf.
Spec 1. Heightened Senses. Spec enhances your 5 senses. This condition reveals new interactions, detecting scents, listening to conversations from a distance, revealing the past of objects, or even experiencing premonitions. You can also discover items that have been hidden using supernatural powers.
You want to... Where did you go, Jay?
Can we not go through there? Guess not.
What a shitty night.
Do you think the Code Red will last much longer?
I hope not. The faster I get out of here, the better.
What? And Mem Lewis, the Black Rattler's Rose, is afraid of a handful of politicians?
God, no.
Fine. Let me know if I can do anything for you.
I'm looking for Journey.
I'm supposed to find Jay. Do you know if she's done talking to April?
Huh. Good question. I saw her earlier, but she wasn't with Miss Bosley. She went into that alcove on your right, but that was a while ago.
Thanks.
You might want to avoid hanging around with her, you know? I've heard stuff about her.
I know, and it's not true. She didn't do anything, all right?
Fine. Sorry. Did you need anything else?
The prince has this floor to all to herself.
Miss Iverson has the top floor all to herself.
Yes, that's where she's got her office for hearings, as well as her personal quarters. Miss Bosley is the only one who has access to them.
There's a surveillance unit?
I heard the prince put together a surveillance unit.
Yeah, the cave. Mr. Leto and his team spend their nights there. It's just below us. But don't even think about going down there. It's only for sewer rats.
Thanks.
Thanks for the vessel.
My pleasure. Come back anytime you want.
Maybe we'll be able to listen into this conversation from a distance. Let's talk to him real quick.
I'm sorry about before. I'm just a little edgy tonight.
I know. This isn't the first time we've gotten in a fight over nothing. Your child, Imani. She was there. Still no news?
No. Radio silence.
And Hazel refuses to talk to me.
I spent months kowtowing to those Hartford assholes for this agreement. If she has the info, now's not the time to hold it back.
These Hartford guys. How well do you know them?
Well enough. I won't let things end like that.
Any news from Jay?
I'm looking for Journey. Have you seen her?
No, I'm sorry. I assume you've already tried her office?
What do you know about the Chantry?
You told me you knew the Hartford Warlocks well.
Yeah, some of them. I was in touch with their representative, Deneb. He was supposed to replace me on the council.
You're leaving us?
Not really. It's part of the agreement with the Chantry. Deneb and I were supposed to switch places.
Why was Hazel doing business with them?
She had plans for the blood market in the region. We were meant to be in charge of supplying high-quality blood. They were supposed to take care of stabilizing it, or try at least.
That's nuts. Has anyone ever tried it before?
Never. That's why I'm worried. I don't give a shit about Hartford, but this project is really important.
I understand.
Later.
Well, I'll leave you to it. I've got to find Jay.
If I see Journey, I'll tell her you're looking for her.
Underwood and Fang. Bazori's ears must be burning.
I didn't think I'd see you again so soon. Did you want something, perhaps?
You haven't seen Journey, have you?
She's not here. It would be a shame if you've showed up too late.
We could do a persuasion, but he could focus and knock me out of it. But we'll go ahead and try it.
If you know something, just tell me.
I'm teasing you. I haven't the slightest idea what has you in such sorts. It was just a joke.
Very funny. I don't have time for this. I'm out of here.
Not good. Before we go in there, let's talk to her.
Hey, Fang.
Good evening, Miss Lewis.
Call me a ma'am, please. Did you come with Caleb?
Yes, but he's so very busy.
You didn't happen to see Journey, did you?
I'm sorry. I don't know everyone's names yet. I hope it'll work out.
This can't be happening.
I swear, she was standing there, playing me for a sucker, pretending she just happened to be in the archives.
And what did you say to her?
I played dumb. I said, "As you like, Miss Abigail Naomi." And I left.
What did she take?
A page from a file about an old party that she tore out.
But why would she need that? Why now?
I wonder.
Keltum and Lazarus. I smell gossip. Battery's dead.
Recovered deleted messages, technology 3. Message from Hilda McAndrews. Abby, can you confirm that it's safe to come over to Iverson's? I'm waiting for your reply. Message from Keltum Hamden. Where are you? I've been looking for you everywhere. Code red. Confidential. Domain Administration 2018 Annual Financial Report at Miss Iverson's request. This report provides a summary of Mr. J. Moore's annual audit of the finances and administration of Miss Iverson's domain. The data provided by our wealth manager leads us to conclude that the accounting year was balanced for this year. The absence of any substantial profit is explained in part by the investment made in the development of the red salons, namely development and the expansion of the Red Salon on Cellar Street, owned by Dr. Richard Dunham, purchase of lab equipment, refrigerated cabinets, decoration and expansion of the bar area, investment in Dr. Dunham's research, external laboratory expenses, specific moral test subjects, purchase of several real estate properties for the expansion of the Red Salon chain. Another portion of the profits was transferred to the Hartford Chantry to support thermaturgy research as stipulated in the pre-unification agreements. Mr. J. Moore reported that in July he had requested a detailed account of the expenses incurred, which appears to have been corrected by the occasional excesses in their estimates. In this respect, we would like to emphasize that given his success in protecting our interests, it is strongly recommended that Mr. J. Moore's personal protection be maintained for the coming year. Mr. J. Moore's recommendations for 2019: expansion of the real estate portfolio in the neighborhoods adjacent to the domain. Mr. J. Moore has managed to convince about 30 owners to stagger the acquisition throughout the year. The projected investment is $60 million with an actual value of $82 million. Development of the Red Salon's continued investment in Dr. Dunham's research, but with the establishment of financial administrator in the person of Mr. Underwood to manage the financial aspects of the site. Continued funding of the Hartford Thermaturgy research on this subject. Mr. J. Moore recommends that the unification agreements with the Hartford Chantry stipulate that this research be relocated to Boston following the signature of the agreements. In fact, he thinks it's preferable to monitor the amounts involved as closely as possible.
I've gotta hurry. I'm not supposed to be here. That must be the card they used to open the archives.
Right, got a magnetic key card. Provincetown Library, maybe some old books on the First Kindred. Boston Public Library still have unexplored archives. Taunton Public Library, some works forbidden to the public, undetermined nature. Jefferson Library, probably some very rare how do you pronounce that? Thaumaturgical archives, but access is risky. Unexplored archives and 2 ancient tomes on the history of Ventru in Boston. Thaumaturgical.
These books are gorgeous. Lazarus must have paid a fortune for them.
So this is her office. Guest list, unification party. Boston Court, Mrs. Iverson. Okay, we're not going to read all these names. A bunch of people.
I hope you didn't forget anything, Jay.
Check the level of secrecy with Yara. Yara to me, September 4, 2019, maintaining order. I asked for retainers to arrive before sunset for more discretion. Need confirmation, still waiting for that paper.
Her last message to Abigail.
I need you to track down the file on 1998 Solstice Party. Page 3 should be of interest to you. 1998 Solstice Party, page 3.
The file. I wonder where they put it. That could be of interest to me. Is it Kala Saw? Jay always got along well with her sire. Lucky bitch. It's locked.
Alright, let's go into the archives. Dear all, please don't forget that if you have any issues with the archives, you need to contact Lazarus, not me. Thank you. April.
Jay, what were you doing in the archives?
last items borrowed. So it doesn't look like the that book was checked out. Wonder who the technology character is.
A file about a party from a few years ago. It's the one Journey asked Abigail to look at.
Alright, so we need to look at page 3 for sure. Confidential file, Solstice Party 12/22/1998 archives. At the request of our Prince Quentin King, the winter solstice will be celebrated at his home on the 21st of December for the entire night. At his behest, this celebration will be inspired by the masquerades in the European pagan calendar. Invitation message approved by our Prince. Your esteemed Prince of Boston, Quentin King, does you the distinct honor of inviting you to the winter solstice celebration at his home. Inspired by pagan masquerades, please come accompanied and above all, masked. You will be able to pledge your respects and allegiance to your revered prince throughout the longest night of the year. You are expected at 7:30 p.m. on 12/21/1998. Please note, refusal is not an option. The safety of N+1s is not guaranteed.
Page 3 was torn out. There are traces of blue ink on page 2. Page 3 was torn out. There are traces of blue ink on page 2.
Okay, now we can, I guess, follow the blue.
This is the connection between the email and the file from the archives. Journey asked Abigail to meet her in an alcove at the bar.
I need your help. Meet me as soon as possible in an alcove.
Abigail, we've got to talk.
Oh, you couldn't run with shift.
Shit.
Good evening.
We should all call the cops.
Yes?
This waiting, it's unbearable.
Oh, you again. What do you want?
If Zeus had chosen flower to reign over all others, the rose would be queen. April, have you seen Jay anywhere?
You can't let her out of your sight for 2 seconds.
The prince sent me to get her.
I can't discuss that with you.
What does Journey risk?
Not that I think in a million years this is what happened, but what if Jay messed up somehow? What would happen to her?
Depends on the mistake. And how bad the consequences were. At best, the prince will be mad. At worst,
destruction?
Yeah. There's a good chance of that.
I won't tell anybody.
You can tell me. My lips are sealed.
The only way I can make sure you don't talk is to keep my own lips sealed.
Good point. I'll drop it.
Fine. I won't insist. If you see her, tell her I'm looking for her.
Yeah, sure.
What attitude? It's a good thing I was careful earlier.
September 4th, 2019, 9 to 10, current business, presentation of the annual report. 11 p.m. unification party starts when all guests have arrived.
What a nightmare.
You don't mind if I get on your computer, do you? Received messages from Beryl Underwood to April Bosley. Satisfaction for once. For once, I wanted to say just how much progress Journey has made in organizing the opening night of the Red Salon. I stopped by for a surprise visit last night to check the quality of the services, and you did not disappoint. Please don't embarrass us in front of the Hartford. Although most important guests will most likely arrive late, be ready by 9 p.m. because you never know. Please check the following things every 15 minutes. State of the vessels, no excessive drunkenness unless desired by one of our guests, impeccable cleanliness everywhere, all the time. Make sure that everyone is comfortable. There are more than enough to satisfy any request. If there is a problem, page me. Make sure that no one is bored while waiting for Mrs. Iverson and Mr. Osborne to arrive. They're scheduled to get there at 11:30 p.m. if anyone asks, but nothing's for sure as usual. This party is of the utmost importance in the words of Mrs. Iverson. Mistakes will not be tolerated.
Hazel's gonna want answers.
Bosley's looking for answers.
So we got some phone numbers.
What a nightmare.
Alright. Let's check upstairs first.
Oh, great. My shadow. A book about alchemy? That's a weird thing to keep.
Not gonna rate that.
I wish I was outside instead of being cooped up in here.
So, what exactly did Hazel want with you?
Tell her about Journey.
She asked me to go and fetch Journey.
Ah.
What do you think?
So, you think this is gonna get ugly too?
How is Hazel?
She asked a lot of questions. She was a little paranoid.
She's losing her grip. Be careful.
Why are you telling me this?
This is the first time you've ever been involved in a court intrigue. Up until this instant, I've handled things for you.
And that was fine by me.
If the prince is under pressure, choose your words carefully.
I hate the court. I've gotta go. I've got stuff to do.
Be careful.
treatise on thaumaturgy, also known as blood sorcery. The discipline combines vita and mortal sorcery. There are no known limits to the type of rituals created by the Tremere or the fields of application. We will focus here on the different branches of the science, which is not exhaustive because few can testify to the secrets of blood witches. The path of blood, where the powers of vita can be manipulated, and the ritual, where thaumaturgical formulas with innumerable effects are invented and jealously guarded. Check the other rooms first. I need security for that.
The door is locked.
All right. No return. Choices marked with no U-turn indicate there is no going back. Before selecting one of these options, make sure you're done with the area you're exploring. Alright, let's hold off a little bit. Find Abigail and question her about Journey. So we still need to find her. Let's see, Boston. Oh, whoops. Codex. Clans. Sex. No. I was hoping we could look at what Abigail looks like.
Nope. Can't go through there. It's locked.
Let me know if I can help you.
How about letting me down the stairs?
Took the elevator to get here.
So we can't go back up. So this is her beginning of the trail.
Still nothing.
Can I help you?
It's locked.
Alright, it's still locked. There's nothing else in here, right? Just the keypad. Figured I'd try it. Alright. And we can't go back up the elevator.
Can I help you?
Oh, that's Abigail. Duh. I know you've seen Journey.
I told you I was looking for Jay earlier. And?
And?
I found the note she left you. I wonder what April would say if I showed it to her.
You went through my stuff?
Is that all you're worried about?
No. It wasn't personal. Journey was in a panic. She asked me for the pass to get into Jara's apartment.
Did she say why?
Only that she was looking for evidence. I didn't really get it. Let's keep this between us, all right? April's got other fish to fry.
I'll see about that. I'm going to find her. Jara's apartment. That's on the Primogen floor. What was Jay looking for up there? The trail ends there. Where could she have gone after that?
Buzz off, Lewis. I've got things to do.
Part of me wants to feed off of one of these guys, but I don't think I can actually anymore. Oh, now that we found a different alcove, we can.
All freaking out.
Come on. It won't take long.
Going.
Right. Alright, at this point we can just go back up where we were. Although I wish I knew what the passcode was to that safe.
Hey, what now?
Alright.
You seem busy. I'll leave you alone.
You catch on quick.
If Zeus had chosen flower to reign over all others, the rose would be queen.
Alright, yeah, let's just go to the apartment. Oh, whoops. This way? Alright, no going back.
No fucking way. Shit.
So this is where you've been
Oh,
hiding.
Jesus, it's you. You scared the shit out of me. How did you find me?
You're really bad at covering your tracks.
Are you alone?
What the hell is going on?
Shit, Mem. It's a fucking nightmare. The code red is definitely because of the party. April told me Hazel was gunning for me. She thinks I'm responsible for this shit show.
So, you're hiding in Drury's room?
I'm looking for evidence. I saw that Jara had the file on the party. It's got all the contracts and stuff in it that will prove I did my job right. But I can't find them. It was my only shot to defend myself against her.
She needs to calm down.
Hey, slow down. It's gonna be alright. They don't have anything on you, do they?
No, of course not. I did everything right, ma'am. I was the one who rented the place. Same as always. Rooftop, away from prying eyes. I met with Richard to organize the vessels. I arranged for limos to be sent for the Hartford Chantry. I went through the same secure limo agency as usual. They're ours, so there's no risk. What the hell could have gone wrong?
I don't know, but there's no time to think about it. Hazel wants to see you.
And she asked you?
I gotta take her to the prince. Yeah.
It's gonna be fine, Jay. I'm sure you can explain everything.
I'm scared, ma'am.
Don't worry about anything. I'm here.
I'll follow you.
Kinda wish I had a chance to explore the room, see if we found anything. Alright, so now we're switching over to Laisha. Unstable seer, from madness sometimes comes great clarity. A wise prince knows how to recognize this rare talent in the subjects and gives them the recognition that others deny them. Again, let's go with Frey. We'll choose our own way. So she's good with psychology. And psychology builds off of mental. And for discipline, that's pretty cool. Allows us to go invisible. This is dominate dialogue options. Let's go with the dialogue options. All right.
Laisha, it's good to see you.
Be good, sweetie.
How was your reunion with Halsey?
Thank you, Hazel. Your gift was wonderful. You shouldn't have troubled.
You're welcome. We should never have kept you apart for this long.
Good evening, Delsin.
Good evening, Laisha.
How are you feeling?
I feel great. Better and better since I got my little sugar fangs back.
Wonderful.
I haven't seen Richard yet. Does he know I've been released from the Institute?
No, I'm the prince. It was my decision. He is your psychiatrist, but you don't need his permission for everything.
He wasn't at the party, was he?
I'm searching for everyone who's still missing. Don't worry about him.
Thank you.
Laisha, I know I can be frank with you. For 4 years, I have been working to heal the city's wounds. You've already helped me avoid traps in the past.
I don't remember.
That was a long time ago, you know? I can barely...
You've helped me to foil conspiracies, make the right decisions for the domain. You're not like the other children of Malkav. Quentin King knew that.
The Mad King. I remember, yeah.
I had you released from the Institute because your premonitions are the most detailed, the most accurate. I wanted them to help me understand the Chantry's hand more clearly before we signed our agreement with them. But this alert changes everything. I need to understand what's just happened. Did you sense anything, possibly about what happened tonight?
Yes, but it's got nothing to do with it.
I saw images, but they had nothing to do with this party. It didn't make any sense. It was a long, white hallway.
It's a little early for sure, but it's a good start.
I'm sorry, I can't be of more help.
Don't be sorry. There's something else you can do for me. Your discretion can still be of use to me. I need to be sure that none of the members of my council are going to take advantage of the situation.
Say nothing.
You and Delson are the only two people I trust entirely. The members of the council have their council lodgings here. It gives them the impression that they have power, and it means I can keep an eye on them. I'm going to give you the key. Go and see if you find anything that could make me doubt their loyalty. Anything that might make me think there's something in the works.
All right.
Miss Drury burned the midnight oil to make sure this event was secret. I imagine there might be some evidence in the information she gathered. I need it.
All right, consider it done.
You've never disappointed me, Leisha. Please don't start today. Until then, I hope to have found more information. But above all, don't share what we've discussed with anyone. I don't need more gossip.
Can I take Halsey with me?
Of course.
All right then. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Damn it, I don't believe it.
That was intense. I have to be careful. Shit, they're gone.
Mom, I'm going to Richard's to see if he has my teddy.
Okay.
Come and find me when you're done.
Let's see if Hazel was right. Did Jara leave anything behind?
So, what was the trait that we got? Introspective. Again, a new vision triggered an uncontrollable curiosity in Leisha. Her aspect discipline will develop more easily. Plus, 20 to the next experience cost for the aspect discipline. Weekly close projection reports of 2019. Summary of individual files on the Hartford Chantry. Extremely skilled, favors unification but mentions escape routes in his private communications to be monitored. Visits the Jefferson Library once a month.
This is what Hazel asked me to bring her.
Where are you? The time has come. Password arrival.
A log with a list of everything that was checked for the party. Invoices, reservations, rentals. All from our network. It's journeys. That could be of interest to Hazel.
Alright.
This thing's old. Does she still use it?
Ugh. I wonder if I should use Ospec just to see. Yara, I would have liked to give you this bond that you've been waiting for so long, but I can't bring myself to condemn you to my situation. But don't be afraid. I will never abandon you, Yara. Never. We're bound together forever. We are one. Since that first night, that first instant, nothing can keep us apart. I promise. Okay. Oh. 1841. Let's try that. Perfect. Caius, I never reconsider anything without new evidence. If you have any, please send it to me, and not on a computer. You know how I feel about them. I've already told you about my need to investigate Quincy Market case. I know that you disagree with my theory, but an aborted attack on the prince is not to be taken lightly. Could you please reconsider your position? Can't imagine anyone being able to hack into your computer since you change your password every 3 days. Besides, I thought you preferred handwritten notes. I picked up a signal that appears to be an unauthorized outbound call. Oh. I rely on myself to protect what needs to be protected, and I have my own ways of keeping myself safe from undue curiosity. If someone is trying to search your computer, believe me, the order didn't come from me. It's precisely 10 p.m. I'm heading to the party and leaving Caius Leto in charge. You know the procedure. Recent secure transmission. Let's try Ospec just in case there's anything. How do you get this? I guess we didn't need that skill. Like maybe we needed oh, we need 2 hunger to be able to use it.
Nobody here. I'm going to be able to take a look around Dijon's.
So ingredients for crafting and rituals.
Just like New Orleans. This is definitely Dijon's place. This knife has blood on it.
Now how do I have a reflection?
Well, well. What have we here?
My dear sisters, I hope this letter will reach you quickly. Things are critical here. It appears that we have been the target of a major incident. A code red has been issued and we have not heard from those who had already gone to the party our prince has organized for the unification. This could be in our favor because it's possible that the Hartford Chantry is behind it. Although I have faithfully served my prince's interests while negotiating this treaty, these new suspicions could serve our interest in relation to a potential alliance between Boston and Salem. Rest assured that.
He didn't finish his letter. But that'll be enough for Hazel to make up her mind about him.
Rip.
A bird. Dead.
Not to be trusted.
The Salem Gazette. Tarot cards. How fun. The Emperor, the Chariot, Temperance. Easy. Dijon is thinking about taking a trip.
Polaroid photo. Consumables are single-use items that provide bonuses. Most of the time, consumables are used to replenish willpower or eliminate hunger. Each type of gear has advantages and disadvantages when it is equipped. The effect of the gear apply as long as it's equipped. Gear may not be equipped or unequipped during dialogue. Once they have been collected, consumable items, phones, documents, etc. can also be consulted from inside your inventory. So we have the file on the unification party planning. That should help prove the journey is innocent. And this is all the vessels. Nostalgia. Recovering memories and images of her lost past is ultimately what drives Laisha. Restores 2 willpower, which we're strong on that already right now. So we are good there. Let's see if there's anything else he's hiding. Let's see if we can go into any other apartments as well. That's cool.
Sorry. Council members only.
Hazel told me to keep a low profile here. This area is reserved for the prince and her Primogen. Shit. Hilda's in her office. She's going to see me.
Unseen passage allows you to move around without being seen. In this state, it is not possible to physically interact with the environment. You may, however, stealthily read a document or examine an object. This power will be activated automatically if you enter a location that is prohibited.
I shouldn't get too close. She might be able to sense me.
Why did you come back? Why? Other than to show that you're doing just fine on your own. If you only knew everything I've done for you. Ma'am.
Hilda's more concerned with the man than she is with Hazel. I hope she'll be happy to hear that.
So we can't consult the computer. Here we go. November 4, 1926. You must forgive me. I admit that I went too far, but you left me no choice. You don't understand what's going on inside me. I can't stand the thought of you watching me grow old, imagining that you'll go on alone without me after I'm gone. I don't want to just tell you that I could die for you. I want to be able to show everyone that I died for us. I know you're angry. I understand that you're risking your neck if I keep urging you to make your partner for eternity without permission. So ask for it. If you love me, I beg you, ask for it, or I'll end up dying anyway. Because without you, life will be of no interest anymore. I know that. Hilda, I love you, and you're the only one who could let me add forever to it. For real. Your Mem. Interesting. And this place is fancy as hell. To the curator of the Roseman Society, we would like to confirm that the engraving, The Battle of the Plains, has arrived intact, to our great satisfaction. This acquisition also makes us confident that our future transaction will be fruitful. We are most appreciative. Any numbers? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Barrels here. I got 500 suits.
This speculative news from... Oh, he's about as fun as his reading material.
Nice shower. Dear Mr. Underwood, as agreed, here is our payment. Thank you for your confidentiality. You are indirectly contributing to one of the greatest forensics discoveries of our time. If by any chance you still have bloodless bodies in good condition to offer us, please let us know. Sincerely, Dr. Karen Parsons, Boston Medical Center. Dear Sir, Mrs. Iverson is honored to invite you to the Grand Unification Party in the presence of representative of the Hartford Chantry. Your presence at these festivals is requested in the evening of September 4th at 11 p.m. at 1 International Place, Boston, with our greatest respect and consideration. don't see how we could get anything else. Can't talk to him. Dear Mr. Underwood, here's the report you requested. Attached, you will find all the documentation I was able to gather. Unfortunately, I was unable to collect much useful information about Miss Feng's time in China, but it may not be the most interesting period of her life. A fairly typical education, exactly what you would expect of the upper class. What is little less expected is that shortly after her arrival in the US, she was admitted to the economics department of MIT. This was in large part thanks to her publications on the blue economy, which led her to join the Diora ratification project in the Indian Ocean. At the same time, she defended her dissertation on blue biotechnology, which I recommend that you read in its entirety. You can imagine that someone of her ilk was highly sought after. She was wooed by major multinational companies before she even graduated. However, she refused all their offers and instead founded her own startup company, Newman Fang Blue Tech. From one round of fundraising to the next, the company quickly became a reference for any group that was looking to make over their image to appear a little greener. If you browse their website, you'll quickly realize how important many of their clients were. As for more confidential information, I learned that several governments, in particular Luxembourg and Canada, recently reached out to her. For the moment, it's only a matter of advice and informal discussion, but the speed with which she has broadened her influence is highly impressive. My conclusions regarding her are the following. She is brilliant. One might imagine that she is idealist, but while her actions do seem to be guided by an ideological perspective, she is extremely pragmatic in her integrating herself into the upper echelons of society. What's more, she has true business acumen, as her startup is one of the most successful in the country. You have every reason to take an interest in her. I can set up a meeting with her if you'd like. Your eternal servant, Jason Moore. What does that give us about him? I think we could probably just talk to him. But let me finish this. Subterfuge.
Richard's apartment. He didn't change a thing, as usual.
Dear Dr. Dunham, as instructed, I've prepared the donors you listed for the unification party, and they'll be ready for pickup at 9 at the Red Salon. I think that your guests will be impressed by the quality of the vintages you're offering them, and I hope they will fully appreciate the fruits of your labor.
He must be hiding somewhere else.
I see guilt. Richard often asked me.
No disc. Alright, first off,
Richard always liked masks. Like all children of Malkov.
we might be done with
Ugh, impossible. It's locked.
subterfuge. Alright, let's do this.
Restricted access means nothing to you, I see. Make yourself at home. Don't mind me.
How am I not surprised?
What doesn't surprise you?
For you to turn up at a time like this.
The prince had me released.
Of course, she needs you. I'm guessing she sent you to spy on the council.
What is he imagining?
What do you mean?
Tell me, do you remember the last time she pulled you out of your musty hole?
It's just that
You don't remember, do you? You're still having those little memory issues, it seems. And I suppose Halsey's here too.
Of course she is.
The more the merrier.
Don't start with me, Beryl. Otherwise...
Why don't you go out and play in the sun? And let me get back to work.
Work? With everything that's going on, Hazel will appreciate your dedication.
Get out, please.
That's all I'm going to be able to find out about him. Hazel's gonna be disappointed.
I mean, there's nothing here.
Halsey's waiting for me. I hope Hazel will be proud of us.
Besides, I don't think he's doing anything fishy. He's old blood.
That you're in my office?
Seems to be pretty boring. Alright, let's go back to Richard's office.
He must be hiding somewhere else.
Maybe I'll find a way to read it.
Ah, so there's his floppy disk.
How many hours have I spent sitting in this armchair for my therapy sessions?
Unknown origin. 13 members of the court caught in a sudden collective panic for several minutes. Quentin King, our prince, called for an investigation.
No, he's not there. Where are you, Mr. Teddy?
Only Richard would still use that.
Dear Mrs. Iverson, as per your request, Mr. Underwood came to the Red Salon to carry out a review in view of the collaboration with the Hartford Tremere. We can confirm that production can triple if we expand operations into our basement. I think it'd be wise to create a reserve and allocate only 1/3 of our production to Hartford. We will also provide a temperature-controlled storage area for this purpose. As for your more practical question, please do not include the formulas I've been able to work out in your dealings. Mr. Underwood also feels that we need to keep them secret in order to keep the advantage in this agreement. We both feel that convincing them to send Tremere to Boston to perform the blood stabilization test would be a better alternative. As for an industrialized production of more than 400 units per week, I prefer to err on the side of caution. I'm able to produce everything alone in my laboratory. Aiming for more at the start would require a move, and I would surely get us noticed by our suppliers of raw materials. I hope to have provided you with the missing information for your discussions on this agreement, which, in addition to the giant forward step that will make it possible for science, will undoubtedly be the dawn of a new Boston under your reign. Sincerely yours, Dr. Dunham.
Richard must have had a breakthrough, if Hazel's interested in it.
Alright. Let's get out of here. We can go back to that one apartment, see if we can off-spec that item on the bed. And if not, we'll just call it. Yeah, we already checked that room, so we're good there. Yeah, we must need something else to be able to do that. What was the password again, just in case that opens the safe to 1841? Wait, can we open that? Nope.
Oh, shit. Locked from the other side.
If I can do anything to help, let me know.
Well, letting me go down.
They told me not more than one retainer in the council's wing.
I think they want to be left alone.
How the hell do I get down? Oh, I need to talk to him, Halsey.
So, did you find your teddy?
No, not yet. I'm not sure he's here. What about you? Did you finish your job for the prince?
Yes, I found something that might be of interest to Hazel.
Does that mean we're going back to see the prince then?
Yes, we can go.
Let's go, Sugarfangs.
Leisha. I'm all ears.
Everything went all right.
I knew I could count on you. Was Halsey a good girl?
Yes, as usual.
Good. Were you able to find anything interesting in Ms. Drury's apartments?
Yes. There was intel she had gathered on the guests, including those from the Hartford Chantry.
Anything about their regent, Deneb Osborne?
Yes, he seems to be obsessed with memory magic.
Interesting.
I gave everything to Delsin.
Thank you. I'll take a look at it later. Were you able to see or hear anything interesting?
I was able to spy on Hilda.
Hilda was in her room. She was acting strangely.
What do you mean?
She was whispering things, talking to a picture of MM.
Touching, but that's of no importance.
I went into Dijon's room.
At Dijon's, I found a letter addressed to the Salem Chantry.
Did he betray me for the Warlocks?
I don't know. It just said that he's participating in your project, but that he would have preferred an agreement with Salem.
Oh, I understand his recent illusions a little better now. I'm going to need to have a word with him. Go on.
I had a premonition.
I had a vision.
I knew you would. What did you see? Was I in your vision?
I think it was me. My forehead was on fire.
All right. Do you have any idea what it could mean?
Not in the slightest. Are you disappointed?
The important thing is that you're starting to have visions again.
I'm not going to talk about him in Journey. I picked up a file on our security.
I also found that at Jara's. A file on the party. It's a record of everything Journey did.
That could be useful. Give it to Delsin on your way out. Anything else?
Nothing else.
That's all I was able to find.
I knew I could count on you. Thank you, Leisha.
Richard still wasn't there. Were you able to find out anything else?
Yes, one of my servants just came back from his bar, the Red Salon, as that's where he does his research. I had hoped to find him there. But she confirmed that Dr. Dunham had gone to the party early with a few of his vessels. I'm sorry, Leisha.
No. If he had been destroyed, I would have felt it. I have to go find him.
You're the most discreet of all of us, it's true. But we have no idea what might have happened there. It could be dangerous.
I won't be alone. Halsey will be with me.
Of course. And one last thing. Dr. Dunham wasn't the only one there. There was also Miley, my child. Bring her back to me.
Yes, of course. We'll leave right away.
I wouldn't expect anything less of you. Thank you, Leisha.
Very cool. I like Leisha a lot. I like the way her character plays. Each scene ends with an overview of your accomplishments, failures, and what you could have done differently. For each success, your character earns experience points. Let's see. The Boston court is in turmoil. A code red alert has been issued, in which means a major crisis has occurred. And Leisha and Caleb are summoned by the prince. Traits, we learned introspective, which helps with aspect discipline, and +2 success rate in rhetoric ties. I assume that's for not mentioning and Journey's conversation to the prince. We didn't fail anything. It seems we were successful with most things, but we could have spied on the conversation between and Journey, and you could have discovered Beryl's Underwood's preoccupations, which I still don't know how we were supposed to do that. But let's see. Continue.
Come here. Thanks, You've brought me Journey. I knew I could count on you.
What's she gonna do?
Jay is waiting in the antechamber. She's nervous. Tell Delsin to go easy on her.
We'll see about that.
Was there something else she wanted?
Did you need me for anything else?
Not right now, but I will soon. I have one more favor to ask of you.
All right. I'll be waiting in the next room.
Alright, so Boston Court, okay. Put her in her place. Mental attribute cost will go down. The only thing we could have done is convinced Journey to flee. But we wouldn't have obeyed the prince, so that wouldn't have worked. At least for this run, I guess. And now we play as Caleb. Eternal Protector. Mortal kings had their lackeys. The princes of Boston have Caleb. While rulers come and go, Caleb remains, and his presence tonight is not reassuring. So intimidation. Bend your opponent's will, pressure them verbally, or even use physical force or threats. Sense the unseen. With this power, the vampire is able to detect the supernatural both in creatures around it and traces they leave behind. +1 presence, +1 dominate. Available only in exploration. Ability to withstand physical pain. The hunger cost depends on your fortitude rating and the difficulty of the interaction. Defense against opponent's skills increases the chance of winning by 50% in case of a tie. Generates 2 hunger. What do I want to do? Kind of want to go with dominate or fortitude. +1 fortitude. Dialogue power. Walls of the mind generate 1 hunger. I'm gonna go ahead and go with dominate on this.
My prince. Delson.
Bazori.
It seems that the Camarilla is in danger. I am at your disposal.
Your sense of duty is a credit to you, Caleb. You haven't lost your touch, I hope. The Code Red is linked to the Unification Party with the Chantry. No one there is answering anymore.
Who was there from our side?
How many of us were there?
Probably a good 20, give or take. Dr. Dunham and our top spy, Jara Drore, were already there.
We might have lost 2 members of the Primogen.
Any word from Hartford?
What about Hartford? Have you heard from them?
If those dogs had anything to do with what happened, I'll cut their throats myself.
Do you think they might be involved?
I don't know.
Go on.
It's too early to draw any conclusions.
Where do you want to start?
Can I count on you?
You have no reason to doubt me.
One by one, the Ancillai heed the beckoning and go east. You're the eldest in the city now. Don't do this to me. Not now. I would be very grateful to you. And Fang.
How may I be of service?
Go and see Caius with Jaragon. He's in charge of security. He may have learned something.
You can count on me.
You have my absolute confidence, Caleb.
Alright. Can we save? Nope. Okay. Of course he doesn't run.
I'm sorry, but my instructions are clear.
You little shit.
I'm just following orders.
You have no idea what's at stake. My most honored sire, you're wasting your time here.
I'd forgotten about your abject fawning.
I call it respect. It appears that it's something that sewer rats know nothing about. Apparently, Caius feels he's entitled to refuse to see a member of the Primogen. I won't forget it.
Too bad for him.
Sorry to hear it.
Tell me, you haven't introduced me to your charming protege yet.
Zhu Feng.
Yes, Zhu Feng. A name that's as delectable as her blood, I'm sure. Ah, you're planning to introduce her to the very select club of Caleb Bazori's progeny, aren't you?
I won't defend myself, because I can't.
I hope that the prince will allow me to, shortly.
I hope so for your sake. Who knows? Dear Hazel is so unpredictable. At any rate, it would be an honor for me to welcome and guide her.
You will speak of nothing with her at all.
Is that an order?
A word of advice.
Oh, pardon me. I fell out of the habit of receiving advice from you so long ago. Well, if you'll excuse me, I must end this ever so pleasant conversation. I need to find a way to avoid losing too much money.
This is a handwritten list. These names sound familiar.
Mr. Bazori, can I help you?
I need to see Caius.
He doesn't want anyone to bother him.
Prince's orders.
I see. He's holed up in the server room. You'll need a pass to get in. There's one on his desk.
Thank you.
That was easy. Oh, there we go. We can go a little faster now. Let's see. Overpopulation, production of polluting waste. No big deal. We're immortal.
I don't know what's going on, and I'm afraid to find out.
Blood tests from the Red Salon.
Semi-secular report on the evolution of the mortal world demography.
Caius's office. The key card must be in there.
Oh shit, it's a hit list. I guess it's probably the list of who was there at the party and who's been eliminated. Maybe.
Security has been increased to the maximum. I've never seen anything like it.
Do you have a problem?
These screens aren't going to watch themselves.
Alright, so we got the magnetic key card. I don't think that'll help us unlock that either. Nope. Okay. Just to get into the server room.
The prince wants this floor under surveillance. I'm carrying out
They're
orders.
always one step behind. Keep it up.
There we go.
These servers hold all of our secrets. I understand why they're so well protected.
Like it. What a nightmare.
A list of ingredients and side effects.
If Jara saw that...
Miss Joy isn't here. But so far, we're doing all right.
I imagine she sent you. Finally, some good news on this shitty night.
What's the situation?
Not good. Not good at all.
The prince needs more than that. I hope you've got it.
You want details?
Can you tell me about what happened at the party?
Tell me what happened.
Everything was going as planned until 11:10 p.m. The prince's child, Miss Sellers, contacted me. The Hartford Warlocks had just arrived. That's the last time we heard from any of them. Less than 20 minutes later, we received the code red, just as we were leaving to join them.
Who issued the code red?
Who sounded the alert?
A man named Wu. Ever heard of him? A retainer, one of Jason Moore's bodyguards.
Moore? The asset manager? What was he doing at the unification party?
He was supposed to answer technical questions about the financial viability of the agreement. Moore is good at hiding our kind trafficking. He's one of them, after all.
And who received the message here?
And you're the one who received the code red, personally.
It arrived directly, here. It's authentic. I verified it.
Let's get to the point.
Anything that could be of interest to the prince?
I'm working on it. Jara Drury is the expert, not me. If only she was here.
Are you keeping an eye on the Anarchs? Or
Any
Anarchs?
movement with the Anarchs?
As usual, they're keeping their distance. You know it's always a pain in the ass to locate them.
Did the Chantry contact us lately?
Any word from Hartford?
Do you think it's them?
It would be ill-fated.
I knew we should never have trusted those damn warlocks.
Any news from Yara?
Any sign of Jara?
Nothing at all. And that's not good. According to the protocol, she should have been there early. If they got hit, she would have been first in line.
Go on.
There's one thing we haven't considered. The Crimson Oaks.
Who?
What's that?
It's a new outfit that came to town a while ago, but they're very discreet.
All right.
Okay, it's not much.
Yeah, just a gut feeling, but I could be wrong.
Leave no stone unturned.
Hello? You. It's about damn time. Shit. What? You're... Hello? Damn it! I lost them.
Who was it?
Woo. Shit. Now it's just ringing.
What did he say?
The party was indeed attacked. Apparently it was a real bloodbath. He and James had just enough time to get more out. They're stopping by his place to pick up some sensitive documents.
And then what? Are they coming here?
I don't know. We got cut off.
Call him back. I'll inform Hazel.
This is a critical moment for us. I have summoned you here tonight to organize our reaction to an imminent threat.
What threat exactly? We've got no reason yet to
Call
think...
her off again and I'll slit your throat.
Oh! Excuse me!
Careful, Hazel.
How dare you speak to me like that?
Enough! I command you to be silent and listen to me.
Oh, so that's how it is.
That's enough, Beryl.
Yes, it's come to this. You would do well to listen to your sire. We have just been attacked. This is not a time for childish displays of discontent. Caleb, the code red was sent by Wu. Go to Moore's and find out what's going on.
As you wish.
And bring Moore back to me. He was supposed to be at the party. I don't understand why he's the only one who was able to call us. I would like to speak to him very much.
Consider it done.
I trust you. He might be involved in this, so gather any documents you can find there that could tie us to him.
Very well.
Delson, see if you can get Caius to find us a new middleman in the cane business to manage our interests. I don't want to take any chances. Then, I want you to talk to everyone. Somebody must have seen or heard something. Dajan, make sure all our defenses are in place.
Yes, Hazel.
You will go to the old Jefferson Library.
What's there?
That's where the Hartford Chantry calls home here. I gave them the building so they could have a base in Boston.
I demand to take her place.
Request denied.
What game are you playing, Hazel? It's a suicide mission.
It's all right. I got this. I'm not made of sugar.
She's not ready for this kind of mission. I should go with her, at the very least.
No, you will remain here. Goes alone.
Why don't you send Dajan instead?
Enough, Hilda. Dajan has work to do elsewhere, and I don't need to explain myself.
Hazel, if anything happens to her, I'll...
Nothing, Hilda. You'll do nothing. It's high time you learned to trust her.
Which one of us are you planning to send to the party?
She's already left.
What? Who?
I sent Leisha.
Are you serious? A few hours ago, she was snoozing behind locked doors in a psych ward.
You're playing a dangerous game, Hazel. Without us, you would never have come into power.
You've chosen the worst possible moment to turn your back on us.
On the contrary, I find this moment very appropriate. I am the Prince of Boston, and you are the Primogen. I owe you nothing. Delson, escort them out. The session is adjourned. You all have your instructions.
And they are talking back to the prince. That's not good. All right. Success in an intimidation tie. You could have learned more about Caius Leto's investigation, and you could have learned why Beryl Underwood was there. But I didn't have any of the skills for that. But anyways. So now we have level selection. Interesting. Kind of just want to quit here. Let's see if there's somebody that we can raid. Not really. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll pick back up. Probably just going in order. We'll go with MM and see what we can find at the library, I guess. So take care, and I'll see you next time.